Welcome back, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, Rumble, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, Apple, Spotify, and we'll be coming soon to Patreon as well. So hit the notification bell. We start with the Palisades Fire, where new details about the alleged arsonist raise questions about safety, politics, and accountability. From there, we move into California's Prop 50 mess, exposed ballots, gerrymandering battles, and yet another power grab from Gavin Newsom. We cover Katie Porter's shocking comments and behavior as she runs for governor of California. And then we look at more chaos from California's open borders, pro-crime policies. And after that, it's part 2 of our Los Angeles survival guide, where I break down real tips from the internet about how to navigate life in Los Angeles. Finally, we take we test myself with a round of real or fake headlines that show just how crazy California has truly become. So we have an image. Today we are announcing the arrest of 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht on a criminal complaint charging him with maliciously starting what became the Palisades Fire in January. This is obviously raising a lot of questions around this. So this seems to be a perfect storm. We have Rick Caruso, who won, obviously. We have Gavin Newsom, who's corrupt and evil. We have Karen Bass, who somehow gets in power. And then we're told we're going to have the strongest winds ever. And she somehow oversees somewhere and God knows where. There's no water. And then all of a sudden, they start immediately after the fires, start pushing all the climate change stuff down our throat. And then it turns out that someone started the fire. Not only that, if you were in LA and you had the Citizen app around the times of the fire, you saw that there was people all over the city. I'm talking Malibu, Palisades, Altadena, that were literally caught on camera starting fires. That's why I was like, none of this is natural. I'm sorry. And that's like, whatever, you can say conspiracy or whatever, but it was all on camera. That's why I'm like, so we have someone that did it. So what's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to the people in charge? Also, the people who don't even prosecute crime, which allowed all these people to do this. And even there was more recent, someone was trying to start a fire at Running Canyon and people held him down until he was arrested. And I'm like, climate change, it's bullshit, okay? This stuff is done by people. It's not, and this is like, all those people on video, it should have been out. It should have been talked about, but they suppressed it all. So, hope he gets the death penalty, in my opinion. The irony of the arsonist is he donated to Joe Biden, and he was registered to vote in Florida. He was probably a far-left psychopath like all of them. Wow, I'm shocked. Why are broke people donating to Biden Harris? How stupid and duped are you? I never understand donating to campaigns where they have so much money. I'm pretty sure they get to keep the leftover money. And they're like literally rich elites. Like, I'm like, you clearly are probably poor. Why would you be that stupid? I don't even understand that. We have more on the arsonist. Yeah, so alleged Palisades Fireboat posted, and he posted anti-Trump stuff and blamed So the guy who started the fires blamed the fires on not only posted anti-Trump stuff, and then he also blamed the wildfires he started on climate change. Every week, we're starting to have stories. What do I say to that? I don't know. So he hated Trump, believed in climate change, believed in it so much, he was like, I'm actually going to change the climate myself and go forth with this. And then donated to Biden Harris. So, real outstanding citizen. He threatened to burn his own sister's house down as well. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so he threatened to burn down his sister's house and shoot his brother-in-law while children were inside the home. Okay. Well, he seems great. Not really sure what to say about this, guys. This is why, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to just kind of have common sense about this stuff. It's not really like natural when cities burn to the ground. And we kind of all knew this was happening. I think it was just a little bit harder to prove it, even though we had all these people on camera. What's going to happen to him? This is kind of crazy. he should actually be brought out and have to be forced to listen to all the people who had their houses burning down and were affected by him. I mean, some other things should happen to him, but this is the update we have so far. I'll keep everyone updated on this because I know I got a lot of California people listening to the show. So I guess it's not climate change after all. Bernie Sanders would ignore all of that shit. He would just be like, no, you don't understand. The reason he's insane is because of the climate change. That's why we really have to address this and pour billions of dollars into this. So here we have Prop 50, which is basically a scheme to protect gerrymandering in California. A yes vote means you support it. A no vote means you don't. We are all voting no. On top of that, voters are reporting ballots with holes that literally reveal if someone voted no, raising even more concerns about election integrity. So here's the explanation of what Prop 50 is. I know a lot of people don't know what it is, or they're confused about it. This is what this is, okay? So this special election is on November 4th. If you vote yes, this is going to cost over $280 million, okay? For what? For this. Do you guys want to spend more money? Probably not. Even if you aren't really into politics. Do you want more of your money spent? No. Well, there you go. So it's really interesting. Ever since I've been a registered Republican, every single year when it comes to voting here, I notice that there's always very weird things wrong with my ballot. First of all, my ballot just stopped coming. I had to track it down. Then I had to get another ballot. And then I don't know if you noticed, when was it? Was it the last one? So much shady stuff happens. When you vote on things and you vote a certain way, the envelopes tend to have cutouts and it'll literally show what you voted for. And I was like, well, that's convenient. It makes it, even one was showing if you're what you're registered as. And I was like, well, that makes it really easy when they go to throw away your ballots, that they can literally see what you voted. This is not the first time, the second time, or the third time. Ballots in California and Los Angeles, there is always something happening. And when I went to vote for Trump, a bunch of the machines were broken, not working. And then to vote for him, you literally had to go to the last separate page. Everyone had different stories about this. They do everything they can. They do everything they can to avoid the law, but still make it very shady. So that's what this is. Everyone needs to vote no. Also, I've seen a lot of weird propaganda on TikTok around this. All these random accounts of young Hispanic kids being yes on Prop 50. And I was like, okay, the budget for this was very low. I'm talking random people that aren't in politics, that have nothing to do with politics, posting these videos. And it's literally, what's funny? None of them explain what Prop 50 is. They don't say how much money it costs. They just say, if you hate Trump, vote yes on this. And I was like, whew, Democratic budget in California is low this year. This is the best you got. But here's what's really frustrating, you guys. I think it was Anthony in California or whatever his name is, was covering this. Liberals and Democrats show up to vote here. Independents, I don't know. Republicans do not show up. And I know it's hard because we have jobs, we have families, we have lives, we're busy, okay? But it's you guys have to show up. I'm watching the numbers and it really, really worries me. You do not get to complain about anything that happens in this state if you do not show up and vote on these things. It is very, very, very important, and you can make the time. You have to live here. It affects you. It's your money. At this point, wouldn't you want to do anything to go against Gavin Newsom and all these people? But I'm you have to show up. The numbers are not what they should be. And I know you're busy, but you do have the time. Sorry, you're not all Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, okay? And they would make the time to do this. So figure it out. You guys have to show up. We don't show up. I don't know why, because our lives are constantly ruined, but it's very important. I'm hit me out. I'll help any way I can. I don't know. I'm not a Democrat, so I can't steal ballots, so. So simply put, voting yes means you support gerrymandering. Voting no means you don't. So I hope that is easy for you guys.
Yeah, so if the truth gets out, then we will win and voters will reject this scheme. So that's the important thing, is that if you're watching this and you're in California, make sure to get your ballot in and vote no. Make sure that your friends and family understand this is a very simple issue. Voting yes means gerrymander. Voting no means don't gerrymander. Yes is gerrymander. No is don't gerrymander.
All right.
And I would also say to folks watching...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say to folks watching in California, don't give up hope. We beat Newsom before and we can beat him again.
Yeah. I mean, what's the point in giving up hope, though? It's like, I don't understand. Everyone's like, I'll give up hope. And I'm like, did you vote? And they're like, no, I just kidding. Okay, so then, oh my God. I'm like, you guys, it's really simple. You literally just have to get out and vote. It's not that hard. It's really, really, really simple. I'm watching the stats every day. I'm watching the numbers come in. You can actually change things. That was like literally the whole point of Charlie and his platform. He was like, I don't like this. I'm going to go do something about it. I'm going to get young people involved. I'm going to get people registered, get them to vote. I'm just like, what else do I have to do? Like last year, I got like at least 200 people have never voted before in their lives to vote. This year, I'm getting everybody to come sign on this, everyone to vote on this. And obviously, the bigged one is going to be the next governor of California, which obviously I'll do everything I can. I actually think a Republican can win. I do. I think things are that up here. We have voters in multiple California counties, including San Francisco, are reporting that their ballots have holes, which reveal if they voted no on Prop 50. Wow. I'm sure that is just a crazy coincidence and not meant to make it easier to throw away our ballots. I'm sure that is just a crazy coincidence and Democrats are not involved in this because that would be just so corrupt. I'm telling you, this is like the 5th time this has happened. This happens every single time. It's crazy. Only when I started voting Republican, ironically, though. We have a video confirming that the above is true.
Okay. No. Envelope. In the envelope, look at that. Look at that. They can tell exactly who voted no.
So turn it around.
Yeah.
Make sure you turn it around.
There you go.
I mean, oh my God. Can we not present these to these people and be like, how are you going to defend this? Please. You guys were just feeling like a design that day. Like maybe do a hole punch, maybe right there. I mean, they really do not hide the things they do. That is the craziest part about them. They are in public about it. We have a video of Stephen Hilton explaining he filed a lawsuit to stop Newsom from rigging the maps with his redistricting.
As you know, weeks ago, I filed a lawsuit in federal court to stop Gavin Newsom's unconstitutional scheme to rig our elections here in California, to rig the maps purely in pursuit of his own presidential ambitions, costing taxpayers in California $300 million in the process. So, Gavin Newsom and Shirley Weber, the Secretary of State, they've tried every trick in the book to delay our lawsuit. We filed for a preliminary injunction. We just got the date for the hearing. Do you know what date we've been given? November the 7th. November the 7th is after the election. Voting has already started. Look, right there. It says, vote here. Voting has begun. We can't wait till after the election to have these legal arguments aired. So, we are going to apply for an expedited hearing to make sure that justice is done. Stay tuned.
I mean, so far, he's our leading candidate. And at this moment has my vote. Do you guys think it's funny that, like I said, they just cheat? And they never stop and they don't hide it. They're like, yeah, no problem. We'll address this at 3 days after all the votes are in? Insane. Also, you know what's crazy? My ballot's missing. Like, I literally have to now go track my ballot. Let me see. We have an image. Newsom signs SB 79, which will allow developers to build as they please around transit. Oh, great. A horrible day for California, which allows developers to build as they please around transit. The more Newsom says it doesn't supersede local control or this time land grab, blah, blah. Oh, does this just mean they can build affordable housing? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we've been saying for how long that that's going to happen. They're going to build affordable housing, and no matter what we try to do and try to stop here, they're just going to go above us. That's why instead of putting in a beautiful restaurant, they're putting in a subway, a bus station, whatever it was, and then they're going to build this around it. I mean, yeah. We already knew this was going to happen. We said this is going to happen. That's the conspiracy. You wait, 3 months and then it becomes reality. But they lie. We're not doing that, and that's a Republicans' conspiracy. And then 3 months later, they're building your bus stop with affordable housing around it. So there you go, guys. Coming soon to a city near you. Newsom signs reparations bills. Gavin Newsom signs bill to build reparations bureaucracy. The new law, Senate Bill 518, creates the Bureau for Descendants of American Slavery within the California Civil Rights Department. This will be led by a governor-appointed deputy director and organized into 3 main divisions. Is it genealogy? Education? And outreach? And legal affairs? Wait, genealogy. Oh, no, that's one. No. Genealogy. Education and outreach. Legal affairs. Okay, that is. All right, we got it. The agency will be responsible for verifying individual lineage. These people don't even know who their dads are. How are you? What, you're going to trace it back to slavery now? Yeah, I'm sure that'll work out. That's only going to take you 5,000 years to even do that first part. So let me get this right. California was never a slave state. I never owned slaves. You were never a slave. But I guarantee you this is going to be like billions of tax dollars into figuring this out. What are they going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to take what? Is this our tax dollars? Where else does the money come from if it's not tax dollars? Is it Newsom and his wife's money? No. I don't want $1 going to anyone for any type of slavery. Ever around the world, anytime. I don't care about the old slavery, the new slavery, the future of slavery here. I don't want $1 going to this. How the is that fair to me? So I work hard, pay taxes. All my money already goes to statistically Black people in this city who get food stamps, welfare, benefits, get to sleep on the street, get to piss and shit near my house, all of that. So not only is my money going to take care of them, as they say, I'm the problem in this country, then I'm going to give people who don't know their dad some money because their great-grandparents who they've never met before were slaves how long ago? How about the Black slave owners? Are they on the hook too? I don't even know. Okay, how about this? Sure, you can pass this, but I also want reparations for all the white people in America that died to end slavery and fought in the wars. Okay, how about that? All the white people that died to defend that. Are we gonna get reparations as well? How about I get How about I get some tax breaks for all these people living on our money at this point? Once again, this is money laundering. He's like, oh, I need billions for the train that doesn't exist or whatever, the bullet that doesn't go anywhere. I need billions for homeless. It's only gotten worse. This is just another way to give random Democrats money in their pockets. You know, everyone he's going to hire is going to be some Democrat that's like a DEI, like Black woman, most likely. And they're going to get salaries of $600,000 to tell me why they're oppressed in America. That's literally what this is going to be. Insane. Also, you weren't affected. You're literally not affected by this. I'm sorry. I'm affected as a white person by your crime and by abusing our systems every day that I have to pay for. If anyone deserves reparations, it's actually me. And I want them now. Okay? Here we have Katie Porter, California candidate, making the outrageous claim that pedophilia can be considered a gender identity or a sexual orientation. On top of that, she's been caught on video berating her own staff, and this is sparking widespread backlash. She killed her career very fast. This is her saying pedophilia is a gender identity and sexual orientation, not necessarily a crime.
The allegation of groomer and pedophile, it is alleging that a person is criminal somehow and engaged in criminal acts merely because of their identity, their sexual orientation, their gender identity. So this is clearly prohibited under Twitter's content, yet you found hundreds of these posts on the platform.
God, what a goblin. I swear to God, the more unattractive and pale and overweight a white woman is that is a Democrat, the more inherently evil they are. I'm sorry, what Democrat pedophile agency is giving you money to say that this is okay? How much money is worth selling your soul to the devil? Because that's literally what you do. It's one thing when it comes to adults, reparations, and all that. When people have these opinions when it comes to children, I'm like, genuinely, how sick are you? I pray you don't have kids. If you should, CPS should be there immediately. I don't know what it is, but the uglier they are, the more evil they tend to be. So we have another video of her going ballistic on a staffer. She seems fun to work with.
To air pollution and other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, It does. Okay. You also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay. I'm going to start again.
Oh my gosh, she's like actually really crazy. That's kind of insane. First of all, that woman was correcting her because I believe what she was saying was like inaccurate or something. And she was trying to tell her the correct answer. But also, I'm like, are you making this woman wear a mask like in your own home while you're like with her? Also, that is a crazy reaction. How come this didn't like, I was like, did this not surface earlier? Or did she probably fire her and she was like, this bitch, and she's like leaking all of this? This woman has no shot. How she even got this far, I actually don't even understand. So we have an image. Apparently she abused her husband. Former husband said the California Democrat frequently abused him verbally through toys, books, and other objects. Wait, does that mean she has children? This pedophile woman has children? CPS, do your job. At the time during their marriage, even pouring scalding hot mashed potatoes. Hold on, she poured scalding hot mashed potatoes on him? This is like the whitest argument I've ever heard in my life. That's crazy. They're divorced, shocker. Sent a restraining order against her, calling a idiot, a incompetent, and wow, shattered a glass coffee pot on their kitchen. Damn, this bitch is crazy. How do these people have jobs? How do these people have jobs? Like, wasn't she like elected in Orange County, which is like one of the wealthiest, most, as of now, well-ran places? Jesus, these people always have like the dirtiest. You know what's funny? These people always have like the dirtiest, gnarliest backgrounds, and then they're the first people to say that we are all crazy and awful and just out of our minds. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not abusing my boyfriend pouring mashed potatoes on him, telling my staffers to shut the up in the background while I force them to wear masks. So, you're crazy. She's really crazy. That interview kind of sealed it for me. But this is much worse than I thought. We have bizarre comments. Claims her 12-year-old? What do we have? Something about a 12-year-old?
So on election night, I went to pick up my daughter from water polo practice, and she's 12, and she got in the car and she was crying. And I said, did someone punch you? Like, water polo is a rough sport. I was like, did someone hit you? Did the coach yell at you? What happened? And she said, Mom, Trump won. Trump's going to win. And what if I get and I need to have an abortion? This is from a 12-year-old, my 12-year-old daughter. And so it was really a reminder of how scary this time is for people, and how important it is for Democrats to have strategies, both at the state level and the federal level, to make sure that we can continue to protect people's rights.
Women can be pedophiles too. So she's insane. Of all the women we are used to seeing, you're telling me that you are such a psycho groomer. God knows, this is the stuff that's leaked about you. God knows what you're talking to your child about in private when no one's listening to you. So you've actually convinced your 12-year-old daughter that if Trump wins, she's going to get and murdered. The only person that would statistically and murder her would be the people you guys, Democrats, let out on the streets every day. She actually should be deathly scared that her mom is a Democrat that literally votes to have open borders, to let actual child and murderers on the street to kill people like her own daughter. That's not Trump, babe. You're insane. God, imagine how up she is. The daughter, good luck. I don't know what to say. That's crazy that this is your mom. Why does she have kids? She should be sterilized a long time ago. She might want to lay off those mashed potatoes, too. We have illegal aliens and the lunatic Democrats who support them. Democrats like that crazy bitch that support them. Sentenced to only 1 year in prison after killing Nathan Baker in a hit and run. Great. I mean, I literally see these stories every day. We have an illegal alien from El Salvador. He is pleading guilty after he killed a USC student, Nathaniel Baker, in a hit and run earlier this year. Democrats shut down the government because they want to give free healthcare to people like this. This is what they want. Free people, free healthcare for people like this. They want them to stay in our countries, stay in hotels here, abuse our systems, so they can continue to kill innocent Americans, which they do. I believe at this point, every day. I see these stories literally every day. And I'm like, I think we are actually dying at the hands of illegals every single day. It's unbelievable. I don't even know how. It's weird though, because these people are so mentally ill. Even when it happens to them, I don't even think they're gonna see the light of day. I think they're just too genuinely brainwashed from everything happening around them. We have a video of a leftist California State Assembly candidate, Chris Clue, I don't know, who promotes the harassment of ICE online, was arrested during a Huntington Beach City Council meeting earlier this year.
I will now engage in the time-honored American tradition of peaceful civil disobedience.
Former Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Cluey kicking up a fuss, getting arrested at Tuesday's city council meeting in Huntington Beach, California. Cluey swarmed by police officers who carried him out of the room. Before the arrest, a fiery denouncement of President Donald Trump's Make America Great Again movement.
MAGA stands for trying to erase trans people from existence. MAGA stands for resegregation and racism. MAGA stands for censorship and book bans.
Cluey was protesting plans for this 50th anniversary plaque for Huntington Beach's Central Library, inscribed magical, alluring, galvanizing, adventurous, or MAGA, and below it, Making America Great Again.
I felt the first officer come up behind. I warned him I was going to go limp, went to the ground. They asked if I was going to walk out. I said, no, you're going to have to carry me out.
This is so gay and performative. I'm like, what is this grown-ass man doing? Throwing himself around like a woman. What, protesting MAGA? Is it also a weird place to live? Huntington Beach is like insanely MAGA and very bro-y. I lived there for a very long time. I'm like, weird place to do this. But I'm just like, what is this performative BS? Like, you are a full-grown man. Why are you not at work? You are throwing yourself on the floor to protest? Jesus, come on. What is this? We have more footage of this lunatic. This time he has a mustache. Nice.
Hey everyone, Chris Cluey here, outside the HBPD at the Civic Center, round 2. So we don't leave until ICE leaves. If you want to join us, we'll be here every night.
Like, how much money are you making in your rent control apartment in Huntington Beach, if they even have rent control? I already know. We'll give it a little bit of time. Women are going to come out about this guy. You can literally just tell by looking at him. Some weird stories are gonna come out, okay? You know what's really funny? I won't mention names for legal reasons, but when I was going hard promoting Trump to win as he did, it's so funny. Some, like, liberal dude in LA was messaging me, like, you support a like, I'm gonna cancel you, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll say his name next week. We'll see. And it was so funny. I posted on my close friends. I was like, does anyone know who this, like, loser is? Because he had a decent amount of followers, and he looked like he was trying to be in, like, the film industry in LA. And I had, like, 3 girls message me, like, yeah, he, like, gave me drugs, like, tried to me. And I was like, it's every time with these guys. The liberal dudes are, like, the biggest, creepiest. You know why? It's like sheep and, like, or was it wolf in sheep's clothing? They're just like, they're the first ones to be like, oh, I'm at the pussy march. I love women. I'm a feminist, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, they're literally so creepy. They're actually building a case for themselves. You guys don't even realize it, to defend themselves when shit comes out of what they do. They're the guys who preach that liberal shit the hardest are always the creepiest, weirdest people. He just looks like a pedophile just looking at him, to be honest. Are you guys in Los Angeles? Because I am. And I'm going to need to survive here. And I think every week I need to give you guys tips on how you could survive here as well. And we can fight the good fight together. So these are real tips that my producer found online from various news articles. And I'm going to tell you how I feel about them, because we are in this fight together. And I support everyone staying here. And I also support you guys getting big asses up and voting as well. So tip number 1, never say I live in Hollywood out loud. Just say I'm between places right now. It sounds safer, and if you're trying to get a girl to go home with you, the second one is going to give you much better odds, okay? Because if you say you live in Hollywood, I assume you might be homeless as well. Tip number 2, don't make eye contact with anyone on Melrose. They'll either try to rob you or recruit you for a podcast. It could go either way, and even the people that do try to recruit you for podcasts also look homeless as well, so you don't know how that's going to end up. Tip number 3, carry both a crystal and pepper spray. They will both come in handy when you're walking around Venice Beach and having to talk to people while you try to figure out, are they homeless or are they here to do an energy healing cleanse on me? And they will ask you to Venmo them afterwards. Tip number 4, if someone says they work in entertainment, just assume that they post TikToks while in traffic. Hey, that's what I did for a long time. It worked out for me. And just assume they are a creative director, which means their dad was one of the writers on SNL, because that's probably what it is. Tip number 5, every 7-Eleven in LA is also a holding cell for criminals on bail. Enter at your own risk. And we all know the craziest one. It's the one in Santa Monica. Do you guys know what I'm talking? It's next to the nice hotel. I'm blanking though. That's apparently that's the most high crime 7-Eleven in LA. And I'm like, so take it the fuck out. Who is that for? That's not people staying at the beautiful hotel next door. I'm like, if crime goes there, take it out. Don't put a sneaker shop or a weed shop in either, okay? Because we all know what happens when you put those in. Next, we have 3 stories that are either real or fake from Los Angeles. Let's see how I feel. I will reveal which ones are real and fake after I guess each one. San Francisco launches program paying people not to shoot each other. I would believe that one, just because San Francisco is so bad. Los Angeles introduces $50 fine for residents who water lawns while it's raining. That one I would believe too, because they're really crazy about the water usage here. So we can save the fish or whatever it is. 3, California legislators debate banning gas-powered leaf blowers. That I would for sure believe. I mean, we live in such a shitty time. I believe everything. The first one is real. Oh, Jesus, that's the worst one. And that one's real. This is our new segment. It's like a Florida man. You know what? That's literally what we're doing now. In 2021, San Francisco rolled out the Dream Keeper Fellowship, offering stipends to high-risk individuals if they avoided gun violence. Holy shit, they offered stipends to people that were crazy to not shoot other people. How is the craziest one the real one? So number 2 is fake. Watering restrictions exist, but no fines specifically for raining or irrigation. Okay, that's good. 3 is real. In 2021, the state law passed phasing out gas-powered small engines, including lawnmowers and leaf blowers. Wow, so they have to be like electric or something? I never understood leaf blowers too. You're just blowing shit somewhere else, and then it was like polluting the air. So actually, if those were like electric, I think they'd make more sense. But I just think blowing leaves in general is just kind of insane. Like I watch them, and I'm like, okay, this person's hired by the person that owns this house to blow their shit into my house. And now I have to hire someone to blow this shit out of my house. I'm like, how the f does this make any sense? Like, if anything, it makes sense just to sweep, put it in a trash bin, and then take it out to the trash. That would be the common sense. Like, wow, San Francisco is like, we will literally pay you if you don't kill people. Crazy. And I assume they're also telling that to mentally ill people, which this whole thing, that's insane. Anyways, this was fun, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and we will be back for much more very, very soon. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. You wish, bitches.